Hi, and welcome to video number 4, where you get to learn how to create super fast sales letters. Now, I'm going to show you how I can create a sales letter within less than 1 hour. First, I want to talk about the basics and understanding how to create super fast sales letters. And then I'm going to go to the other computer and show you step by step so that you can see for yourself on the screen how I go about doing that. Now, I create all my sales letters in Notepad, and then I transfer that all over into the website editor. It's very, very easy to do. But before you do that, you need to do some research. So let's talk about how to create super fast sales letters within less than 2 hours or less. Now, I was able to do this over the years. Like, initially, it took me about a day to create a sales letter. But through time and through a lot of different testing and things like that, I was able to speed the process up. And I enjoy creating different little systems that enable me to create things at a faster rate. Because why spend a day working when you can spend a couple hours? Now, creating a sales letter first will help you create your product better because it allows you to find missing loopholes or unanswered questions. So let's say, for example, that I write my outline and it only has about 5 things on it. Now, if I realize when I create my sales letter that because I get to understand the audience a lot better by creating the sales letter, then I realize that I need an extra step or I really don't need an extra step, then I can change it and vice versa. So what I want you to do is open up Notepad. I'll show you step by step how to go about this. First thing what I do is I open up Notepad. Then I understand the market, spelled that wrong, but I understand the market and the target audience and the demographics. Like who are you talking to? Are you talking to a male? Are you talking to a female? Are you talking to a person with a family? Or are you talking to a single person? What kind of niche are you diving into? So the demographics is very important. What I find helps is to give the market a name. You can give them a name. Let's say we'll give Sally a name. I'm creating a product for women who have kids or something, or single women that have kids. Sally has a boy and a girl, blah, blah, blah. Or I'm creating a product for men who have, kids or something. Or his name's Bob. So give the market a name and gender and imagine them. Or even imagine somebody that you know that fits the demographics. Because if you do that, it'll make your life a lot easier and it'll speed the process up much faster. Then after you do that, what I want you to do is research 2 to 3 facts or cool statistics about a product. Let's say, for example, I'm creating a product on Facebook. In order to do that, I need to know 2 to 3 facts about Facebook, cool facts about Facebook that relate to my product. Remember, you can't just pull out facts or statistics. They have to relate to your product. After that, research 4 to 5 problems. Most of you, if you do the research and planning process, you should already have this. Then write up at least 5 to 10 benefits of your product. So you could figure out 5 to 10 features. Now, features are not benefits. Most people don't care about features. Most people care about benefits. So that's why you want to focus on benefits. How can the features of your product actually benefit your target audience? Then you take your product outline, then you elaborate. Because your product outline, you elaborate on your product outline. If you do that, you can just plop that in the sales letter and bam, you're done. Don't give away details of what's inside when you elaborate on your product outline. Now, you're going to see step by step how I go about this in less than 10 minutes. So let's move over to the other computer and let me show you how to do this. Okay, so now that you know and you understand what is needed for a sales letter, I have the notepad here. If you remember this notepad, this was from video number 3, and I had just created the outline. And what I'm going to do here is now I'm going to refer to video 4. I have Notepad open, and I have this open here too. What I want to do is I want to understand the market in the target audience in terms of demographics, and then I want to give the audience and market a name. So how do you do that? Well, you can do it in a number of different ways. In this case, you're going to use two different sites. You're going to use Alexa.com and you're going to use Quantcast. Quantcast is basically a website that enables you to figure out what a niche, like if the niche is made up of women, men, how old are they, what kind of income they have, things like that. So the purpose of going to Alexa.com is to initially find a website that relates to whatever product you are creating. So in this case, I'm creating a product or how to create products. Now, of course, this product was taken out of my head, but for example purposes, you would go to Alexa. Let's use the Ultimate Frisbee example again. I type in Ultimate Frisbee in here, and then it would give me a website. I take the top most website or top 3. I go to Quantcast and enter that URL here. And at Quantcast.com it's going to tell me, different demographics of that person, so I can better understand the audience. Once you know the audience, you can go back over here, and I would type audience equals, man or female, whatever. In this case, product development would be product creators, online business owners, you could give them a name, but I could do Bob and Sally maybe. And then you need 2 to 3 facts. And then you need problems, which 4 to 5 problems. Remember, when we did the research with the Yahoo Answers, we were able to find 4 to 5 problems. Plus, if you put the keyword plus the word problem, you get a bunch of problems. So 4 to 5 problems, no big deal. And then write up 5 to 10 benefits. All right. And then we're going to take this outline here and then elaborate. When I say elaborate, I just mean, okay, this is the introduction to Infopreneur Academy, so what am I going to say? I can elaborate and say, okay, this is what this specific video is going to contain. It's going to contain introduction, quick overview, tools you need, how it works. And then video number 2, I'm basically showing you what I've done already. Video number 2 talks about what increases and decreases conversions. So what am I going to talk about? Blah, blah, blah. Different points. Don't add fluff, quality over quantity, things like that. Video number 3. Elaborate on that. So as you can see, I'm just going through each outline and putting what I'm going to talk about. And you can do it for the rest. Once you're done with that, then you can elaborate further. Okay, what do I mean by that? I'm basically going to take this and put it into words. Take this and put it into words. But now, keep in mind, these are things that I'm going to be talking about in the particular video. So I don't want to reveal too much. So in order to talk about it, but yet not reveal too much, I can say something like, okay, you will learn one process of thinking that will help immensely. I know that that happens to be systematic thinking and make sure it's a step-by-step process. But I'm not going to say that in the description. I'm just going to say, you will learn, one process of thinking that will help you greatly. I don't even want to say it. So you can basically turn these into paragraphs. So what is this going to look like after I have elaborated further? Well, this is what it's going to look like. I took those 7 steps and then I elaborated. In this video, we will discuss what you need before creating blah, blah, blah. So I elaborated on that. I basically turned those thoughts into paragraphs. And this is basically the 7-part outline. So then I take this and then I leave that be. And then I find facts, then I find problems, and then I find benefits. And I know who I'm talking to. That's really all I need to get started. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to show you the final piece here so that you can see it all put together. I like to use Notepad because it's just not, it's ugly and it's not pretty, so it somehow does not distract me and I just focus purely on the words. So I can say something like announcing the brand new 7-part step-by-step video course that shows you to do what? You know, finally you get to learn how to do this in this amount of period of time. And then this is the subheadline that supports this. And you say, from the desk of your name, dear so-and-so, future informational product developer, here's a sales fact. I take that sales fact and I plop it there. And then I elaborate on the sales fact, right? I take the problem and then I list the problem here. Then I elaborate on the problem. And I say, you know, blah, 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 the solution. And I give the solution. And I don't give too much of the solution, but I also give the solution, but the problem and stuff like that. And I say, introducing the title of the product. It's a 7-part video course. This step-by-step video course takes you by the hand, blah, blah, blah. And then here's a list of 7-part video series. And then I take, you see this? I take what I've already produced and just plop that into here. So once you've done this here, you pretty much have most of the sales letter done. And after I'm done with that, then I say, okay, grab it for this amount of price. Regards, your name, put a PS. That supports that claim. And that's it. And I pretty much use the same template every time. And I just use this, I follow this method to create a sales letter within an hour or two.